The most valuable commodity I know of is information. Wouldn't you agree? I'm jacked.
I'm jacked to the tits!
Hi there guys, welcome back into the London European session here as we see a bounce for ants across the board on crypto. Okay, just on the one-day performance here, but yeah, we've had some decimation over the last week as we can see. If you have been struggling with the price action over the last week to 2 weeks and are wondering what the hell is going on, join us in the live sessions that we do. Discord on a Tuesday and YouTube on a Thursday at the moment. Okay, that's the TRDR Discord. Join us there. Right then, we're going to have a quick look as normal where we've come from and where we are possibly going. And I've got some positive data for you, to be honest. I think we are in a zone where we need to be looking for a bit of bid. I think it can take a little bit of time to play out, but I think we need to start looking for a little bit of risk on now. Okay, so last areas, if you missed it with us and you weren't in any of the live sessions or following along on the tweet feed, up at 72k a couple of weeks ago, we were looking to risk off there and hedge short positions on high open interest and a major supply zone. We've come back down and it's now time to pay attention and have a look at getting a little bit of risk on. Okay, so let's first review the tweet feed before I jump into some levels and some data. Yeah, I agree with most of what the guys are saying here, to be honest. Tyler expecting Eve to bounce here. Same, we're at a 3.3k zone that we've been looking for the last 2 weeks on Eve, to be honest. Ansem. Alright bros, think it's time to start bidding. Agree, don't 100x it or anything right here, right now, but just pay attention. Kaizen, you have 7 days to load your bags. June will go down as one of the greatest buying opportunities of this cycle. We bottom this month. Tiger, don't forget to be super bearish after the bad news has already hit the tape and was likely known for weeks. What he's referring to there is a bit of Mt. Gox selling fear that may come in July, and also the German treasuries offloading a little bit of Bitcoin as well. Trading Lord, Big Dick is back in town and he's bidding. Right, little review over the last 24 hours. Monday Multiverse BTC View posted yesterday, more bid depth needed, volume funding and OI looking good for risk on soon after the 65k levels invalidated, but we simply need more bid. Price will auction lower until then. I know it sounds easy, but this is what I'm referring to here. So our first zone from where we risked off back up here at 72k, we came down and we started to hit some bid, as you can see here on the BTC Diamonds, okay? But if you just review the aggregated book bid depth, which is most exchanges, I don't have all of them in here, the bid depth wasn't there. So on last week's lives, we were basically saying, I quite like it here. I like the volume divs. Maybe we get a bigger bounce, but we just weren't fully convinced because the overall book depth wasn't quite there. Open interest was dropping down. We did get some flickers of negative open funding as well down there, but it just didn't seem ready. Okay, so, and then especially when you're coming to enter a weekend, do you just want to risk off and review on a Monday? You know, you've just got to have a little bit of a plan of action, to be honest. And now I think we're coming into a zone where, yeah, we need to review again. Okay, a couple of reasons for that as well that we'll go through. Okay, but yeah, Bitcoin coming down, started to hit some good bid depth yesterday. Nice to see that Coinbase Pro were getting involved as well. I do put value on those guys. And then if you just look at the aggregated book depth now compared to these areas, we're just getting a little bit more bid depth now. All right, guys, negative funding, open interest getting nuked as well there. So yeah, deep fucking value.exe. I do believe. I think we can grind this area out. And I've said for the last couple of weeks, I think we're looking towards the end of June, maybe start of July, when we start to get some rotation and momentum kick from the market and maybe get some trend continuation in what is effectively still a 4-hour trend, sorry, a 4-hour range, a daily trend and a weekly trend. All right, guys. Sol, I still think Sol is looking all right. I know there was some FUD on the timelines yesterday, but been looking at this for a while. Looking at it coming basically down into the 130s region. We actually ticked right into the 120s this week as well. But I still think it looks okay. And if it can catch a spot bid here, we'll check that with the order flow. If it can catch spot bid here, again, I'm looking for it to come back onto trend and get some continuation. I wouldn't want it to fail around here at this POC trend line and then start rotating down. That's one thing to look at. Where have we come from on ETH? For a while, we've been looking at the 3.3k zone, which is down here. Okay, so we're watching the order flow constantly in the TRDR console from our classic TA levels, and we're looking at it to come down here. ETH has ticked down into the just under 3,300, I believe, on the order flow, but it's getting some spot bid. It is getting some spot bid. Okay, so again, on ETH, grind this area out, and then look for some order flow, look for some bid, and look for some trend continuation. That's what we're after on ETH. At the same time, the ETH BTC is holding bid well and now basing out and getting a nice range formed. All right, guys. So what we'll do is, let's go and have a look at some levels in trading view before we jump into the order flow. All right. So weekly time frame, we're just tickling the weekly 21. Okay, if you're not familiar with that, that's generally, historically, for the OGs, our bull market mean average, you would call it. I mean, you can put an EMA on here or an MA, and I think they're all roughly the same. But yeah, just coming in at 61 there. Okay, so still could have a little bit of time to grind this area out and then push on. We'll have a look at that. Daily chart. Okay, it looks a bit horrible. Bit like a McDonald's pattern, doesn't it? Okay, muck loving it. But it still looks okay. I think you could even come down. You've just got a daily order block down here at 57k. All right. I know some people are wanting a lot lower. Well, no one gives a fuck what you want, to be honest. You'll get what the market gives you. So that's why we watch the order flow. If you are wanting 50k, that's going to be a total change of price structure. On a daily and a weekly, to be honest. I wouldn't want to see that at all. I'd be happy with wicks into here. Okay, churn this out. Bit of a fib time going on there. Get some bid down here. Even just hold these levels with bid and go sideways for another week or so. Absolutely fine with that. The trouble with any lower than that is, let me just get rid of that a second. If you are wanting a lot lower, you're looking for a total price structure change. You know, if you start to do this and then turn these zones into resistance while getting 50k, that's either going to be one hell of a bear trap slash deviation, or, you know, I don't think it'd look healthy and constructive. But as I said, we get what we're given. 65 days out from the BTC halving. Last BTC halving, it was 50 something days out, I believe. You had to fact check me on that. It was 50 odd days out before we got a rotation back up and got absolutely up only.com. Okay, 4 hour chart, we're still in a big higher time frame range. We just are, and we're in value area lows now. There's not a lot to say on this at the minute, to be honest, because it's absolutely, this is just pure decimation, isn't it? Want to see a bid, want to see some grinding price action down here, maybe trap some more bears as we get some bid. But yeah, 4 hour order block down there at 57 as well. I wouldn't want to spend much time down there at all. Percentage wise, it's not that far, but I would not want to spend much time down there. Okay, while we're in here, Ethereum coming down to levels that we've been looking at for a while, just ticking under that 3.3k level. I'm seeing some spot bid on Ethereum, and I think the ETH BTC chart looks good. So yeah, let's see if we can catch a bid and grind this out a little bit further. While I'm here, let's have a quick look at Sol, Soy Boy Sol. Yep, so we've got that deviation down. Okay, nice push up. Altcoins have been doing okay, actually. Not checked dominance this morning, so I'm not sure if BTCD is down a little bit as Total 3 rises. But yeah, Sol coming down to levels that we wanted, wicking down onto that classic TA382. Get your crystal balls out if you're using shit like this. Want to see it push up soonish, and all similar timings, to be honest. Absolute all similar timings. I'm looking for end of June into July. Rotations back onto trend, get some strength, get some trend continuation. All right, guys. So yeah, right. What I want to do is, let's go and have a look at some pure raw data, because I've got some things that I think will cheer you up. If you're a bit of a data nerd, let's jump into the TRDR console and review what's going on. Right, here we are then, guys, back in the TRDR console. If you're really struggling with the price action and you need more knowledge in your trading, investing bag, Academy, okay? Jump into the Academy, some free stuff on here, risk reward, really good primer course there by CoinCarl. If you're unfamiliar with the TRDR console in general, jump in here and get the order book overlay course tutorial by DK. If you need something a bit more in depth, go and get the market analysis and strategy guide that we've built on the TRDR console. I think it can really, really help some of you guys, especially if you are losing money just on day-to-day perps trading and stuff. Go and have a look at this. We really, really deep dive into risk reward, long setups, short setups, basics, everything else. Go and check that out. All right, guys. I think it can really, really help some of you. Right, let's dive into the console then. So what we're seeing on Bitcoin, what I was talking about earlier was this general aggregated depth, and as we can see, it's kind of floating around this 400 to 500 mil, spiking at 600, but really, really good depth. In the past, we've seen a billion, okay, a billion aggregated depth. Not bad, and we've had some massive deviations here. I don't think we're going to see too much from the exchanges right at the minute. I think it could be a bit of grinding price action around here. Coinbase Pro just dropping their level to 58k there. What was Binance Spot? Yeah, Binance Spot very, very similar. And perps at the minute, but as we can see, you know, offers were chasing price down from the weekend and then into yesterday. Perps at the minute, 59. Yeah, just below 59. I'm sure you've got some order book changes, gaps within those levels as well. All right, guys. But yeah, big wick down. Just came back up, and bit of a reactionary sell that, because I don't think this is anything like a short continuation or anything like that. I would watch what the price action does and watch what US volume does. But see these little offers above, you certainly don't want to see these continuing. You want all these offers to kind of dissipate, especially from the perps, because they're just chasing price down at the minute, as you see here. All right, so we need to get rid of those. Right, one thing I've noticed is we were building some bullish volume divergences. They've been a little bit decimated here. If we just go to a 15-minute chart, we can kind of see what happened yesterday when we got absolutely rinsed with the price action a little bit lower. Basically, retail just went apeshit long, straight into a really, really low volume European session yesterday, pre-US session, as whale volume just came off the gas a little bit and open interest just sustained that high area. So grinding price action, no basing out, you know, no kind of base bid, no order blocks to speak of, and retail traders were just aping in long. Okay, so that's where we've come from. This is where we are now, and what I want to show you is, if we're gonna get some nice continuation, we want the usual recipe now. It's almost like we need to start again. Our wicks just below 65k. If you had any risk on there, slightly invalidated, unless you're in spot. You know, I think if you're in spot, you're still going to be okay in these zones. But if you're a high leverage, gunslinging leverage trader, you need to certainly be a little bit cautious. You know, and with moves like this, you certainly need to cut them quick and then just get back in when you can. All right, guys. Couple of things I want to show you that could be quite nice and good. Open interest has certainly nuked into these lows towards the end of the US session, and volume bouncing up a little bit now. Now, there's no edge on the higher time frame volume right here, right now, because it's actually just got decimated on that move down as a load of people got liquidated, okay? So what you almost want is you want this area to auction a little bit more, gather some bid, and then you want this volume to start rising, new longs coming in with, you know, nice, you want the open interest to grind up nicely with the volume, okay? You don't want quick rises in the open interest, okay, where contracts are just filling and flooding the books as you grind down on crappy price action like this. Yeah, so let's now see if we get some nice volume rise with open interest as the bid base is out and starts to hold price. One thing to note, if we just look at the liquidity king chart just on a 4-hour basis here, I think we need to start looking for a bit of risk on. Why do I say that? We've decimated everybody in the first place, but if you're just looking at here and putting a baseline at the 1 billion mark on the perps order books, the perps order books have been absolutely wiped out. If you have a look at where we've come from, back at the 72, 73k levels, okay, if you're familiar with the Liquidity King template. If you're not, go and check out the video in my playlist from the TRDR console, Liquidity King template. I won't explain it right now, but all I'll say is I agree with the guys on Twitter. Yeah, I think you need to start looking for a bit of risk on. Similar with the spot books as well. Look at this in spot books, 1.3 billion top end there. Go to the bottom end. I'm just going to use these low ends here. Okay, spot books absolutely wiped after that supply zone at the top there, and we've come right down. Okay, I've already got the markers on for this RSI open interest. Look at that, absolutely decimated. Last time we had that was at that 56, 57k level. You got some decimation on these wicks here, but yeah, here we go. Another one there at 38. Okay. Just you know, you do if you get a lot of liquidations, you'll get that anyway. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. You kind of want to see it basing out, catching some bid. Really nice to see some big liquidations, and it was a shame really, because last week we're looking at the liquidations here. All right, and we're saying, yeah, okay, 44, 45 might be okay. Liquidations getting a bit light, but then yeah, entering the weekend, it just wasn't to be, was it? Okay, so just going over to this template here, we can see we're just starting to get the aggregated bid, yeah. All right, so I think we need to start looking for a little bit of risk on. Spot certainly, but yeah, as I say, if you're into your leverage, keep it quick in and out. Certainly no high leverage in these areas until you do start to form a really good base. All right, guys, so join us live in the Discord, TRDR Discord later. We'll review the price action entering the US session half an hour after the US session opens, and then we'll go live on YouTube again on Thursday. If there's any immediate price action that's happening in the meantime, we will be in the socials, Telegram and Discord. Join us there. All right, guys, let's have a great week. Prepare. Cheers, guys.
I bet your margins are pretty nice and fat.
Let's not talk about my margins, by the way. Being nice and fat, that's a nice shirt. Do they make it for men?